Anybody fallen asleep? Okay, good. I'm a woman, first and foremost. And contrary to some popular belief, I always have been. But we're going to talk about that in a second. I'm transgender, it's true. I am. I'm also a trans woman. These two are somewhat synonymous, but not quite, because transgender really is that umbrella term of gender diversity. And I happen to be a lesbian. Really, I am, even though it was only there quickly. That makes it interesting too, actually, by the way, you know, to be both trans and to be lesbian. And I'm going to chat on that as we go through the session this morning. Okay, so my journey. In my memory, my journey kind of started around age 8. It might have been a little bit earlier than that, but I don't know. Anybody remember? Actually, you guys are cheating, really, because you've got an advantage over me. Age 8 wasn't that long ago, right? For me, it was a long time, trust me. Okay, so age 8, I was in denial. For all of my life, for most of it, right up until 2008, I was in deep, deep denial. I was confused. I had no information. I had no frame of reference. I knew I wasn't the same as everybody else. I knew I was a unique pebble, but I had no way of knowing about it. And we had no Google back then. Can you imagine life without Google? Like, really? Like, seriously? We had no cell phones, we had no internet. I would connect, if I wanted to get on the computer, I would connect to the local university via a dial-up modem line. Remember that? I bet many of you don't remember that sound. Okay. So I lived all of these years in denial. And I was good at it, by the way, right? Masquerading as I did all that time. So when I was born, you know, if we go back an inch or two here, a mistake was made. So when I was born, probably screaming my head off, I was a mighty 10 pounds, my poor mama. And when the nurse held me up, the nurse declared, "Mr. and Mrs. Emson, you have a healthy, bouncy baby boy." She was wrong. But at that time, she would have had no idea, A, that she was wrong, and B, why. And we're going to go through that and explore that in a second. I was bullied. I was bullied relentlessly. In fact, Michelle was used as a derogatory name for me. So it was used as a name of hatred, a venomous name, a name that people would throw at me to just embarrass me and shame me. That's why I took on the name, because I took that power back from that name. I hated that name for most of my life. And then I took it back, and now I love it. 2008, transition started. And I did a ton of research. I had Google available to me now. Now, I cannot emphasize enough the denial phase here, right? It was really deep. So then we got into some understanding. I spent 3 years looking for a cure. Can you imagine? I don't know what I was thinking. But I'll tell you why I was looking for a cure. Because at that point, I was married. I had 2 stepchildren, 6 grandchildren, as if that's not giving my age away. I had a house, I had a career. And as part of my transition, by the time I got to my new life in 2011, I lost all of that. I lost my entire family, I lost my house, I lost my career. Why? Because I'm a woman. I'm a trans woman. I'm a lesbian trans woman. And unfortunately, in a patriarchal society, I am now worth much less than I was masquerading as a boy before. So now I've stepped into my new life. I've stepped into my new self. I've stepped in to my authentic power. I'm no longer pretending to be somebody I wasn't. I'm done with that. I spent almost 40 years dressing up as a boy every single day.